Smart 24, driving business.
Yes, good morning and welcome to Smart Men's Business. Andrew Barigi, and of course on that such a very amazing morning, very delighted for you to be part of us for today's edition here on Smart Men's Business. And of course, just to let you know what you should really anticipate, later on we shall be having very profound discussions, and most probably later on into the business side, where I'm going to be joined with my guest, as we're going to be taking a look at the further insights that is regarding the UCDA merger under the Ministry of Agriculture. And of course, we have something in from the COP29, which is already, of course, ongoing as we speak at this particular point. That is in Abidjan. And well, a lot of discussions are there, but one of the most profound discussions that got many people's interest was in line with many countries that have been committing themselves to be a part of the climate change efforts. But it so happens that at times they don't really fulfill what they had pledged in terms of the amounts of money, climate change financing, and so many more. So we shall be having further insights in relation to that. But of course, before that, this time let's switch and we see what's making headlines, that is within the local press. Well, as we kickstart off this, let's take a look at, I have the New Vision and the Daily Monitor. But kickstarting off here, we take a look at the Daily Monitor first, as the number of dropouts, school dropouts. Now, according to the analysis of the Ministry of Education, the figures shows that more than 1.7 million learners from both private and government-owned schools who joined Primary 1, that is in 2018, failed to make it to Senior 6 this year. That's a very hard reality to look into. And there are various statistics. Those dropping out are from Primary 1, Senior 6, and the missing ones, learners from both private and government-owned schools who joined Primary 1 in 2018, failed to make it to Senior 6 this year due to various reasons. So that is something that should scratch the responsible stakeholders to see how can this really be averted. Well, in other news here, the nodding disease syndrome, patients arise that is above the sickness. Yes, your patients arise above the sickness in regards to that. And Archbishop of Canterbury resigns over abuse scandal. Something there also. Of course, he said that he must take a personal and institutional responsibility for lack of action on the heinous abuses that have actually been really taking place. And now Sheikh Akande released, and of course he's been hospitalized as a result of that. Now this is where we take a look at this page about the school dropouts, which suggests that over 1.7 million learners failed to reach Senior 6, S6, Form 6, so many more. Well, in other national news, rationalization should start from the State House. This is Senyo New says. He actually says that units in the State House are duplicating the roles of the ministries. This according to the leader of opposition. Now, opposition also demands answers on House raid. Of course, last Wednesday, Parliament, chaired by Speaker Among, successfully processed and passed the National Coffee Amendment Bill 2024, effectively sending Uganda Coffee Development Authority back to the Ministry of Agriculture. And now, of course, court demands raw phone CCTV data in Katanga case. Yes, that is The latest update coming in from that. And police left high and dry by Brock Exodus Sacco. Now, the Sacco had earlier been dodged with fraud and mismanagement, prompting several criminal investigations and prosecutions. But under the new management, it has been turned around and become profitable until this newest financial challenge. So what is that financial challenge? There is a lot that has been said about that. Now, lawyers, academics seek to defend law on torture. Yes, the law on torture. What do they have to say about this? A lot has been put into this particular report. Now, of course, still in other national news, roadside markets are ticking time bomb. This is according to what has been discovered. Now, leaders in Angola say they lack resources, that is to relocate the markets. Yes, so that is something that we can also ponder on. Roadside markets are ticking bomb. Yeah. Yes. Now, the legal system. We took a look at the legal system locking out the poor. This, according to the report, it suggests that the legal system is locking out the poor. Now, the ELC chairperson, that is Safia Narule, appeals to the government to provide funding to the legal aid services. Yeah, that is a report there. And Kisoro by-election, Museveni warns against tribalism as a result of what is happening there. And the president sets new strategy to fight poverty in Bukedi. Now, the president urged the people of Bukedi to utilize their land in order to achieve economic prosperity through growing fruits, cocoa, and engaging in fish and dairy farming. Yes, so very interesting there. And now, of course, when it comes to the climate change discussions, the question is, can the new ESG investment framework save the forests? Can it save the forests? Now, in an investment principle attempting to strike a balance between development, environmental conservation for future generations, and management of social issues. Yeah, so something to see. Can the framework really save the forests? Now, Tanzania overtakes Kenya as Uganda's main source of imports. Now, almost half of Uganda's imports from Africa are sourced from Tanzania, and it's the second largest source of Uganda's imports. That is after China. Yeah, so a very interesting aspect there to look into. Most especially when it comes to determining the right decision. What kind of decision can you make when you have such information? Tanzania overtaking Kenya. Of course, it will call for diversification of strategy. Now, agents challenge Centenary Bank on new insurance policy, and experts warn on the growing monopoly in seeds sector. Now, 40%, according to the Uganda National Bureau of Standards, estimates that between 30 to 40% of seeds in the markets are actually counterfeit. That's very absurd if you take a look at it from that line. Now, of course, from the UCDA, why coffee farmers should worry. Yes. And, of course, beyond the global headlines, we see why the COP29 matters to you and your community. Yes, so, yesterday I mentioned something that was very interesting. Many times that when we talk about climate change, and we get to realize that it's every person's responsibility, but this is something that we live on a daily, and it affects us in every way. Let me say that it affects us in every way, in your career, in your business, in whatever, in your movements. So it is something to really take into the great consideration, and why the COP. So it's the reason as why the COP29 really matters to us and our communities. Yes, now the letter of the day says that rationalize central government and parliament too. Yes, that is, of course, Senyon was saying that the leader of opposition, that rationalization should start from State House. Okay, now in two other updates here, we see what you need to know about your repair rights. Yes, so you need to know how to go about that. And of course, here you're shown what to do when you have outgrown your home. You've grown up and you feel like you no longer fit in that place. What is it that you do to that? So a lot has been put here, and here you're also being told to revolutionize your meals with stoneware microwave steamer. Yes, what is it so special about it? Well, get yourself a copy of the Daily Monitor and see where the benefits fall. Now, from the regional news here, the property igniting fight between Buganda and Banyala has been actually put here. Of course, the Banyala leaders say some officials in Mengo think that small chiefdoms within Buganda have no rights over their own properties, which is the reason they keep ignoring their concerns. So there's something also to take into great consideration there. To that now, I can see here sad news from the regional news. Obadia Nte Bakaine, of course, business icon with the heart of gold, rests. Now, the celebrated businessman suffered a stroke that saw him admitted to Mbara Regional Referral Hospital, and later he was taken to Aga Khan Hospital in Nairobi, Kenya, where he breathed his last. So rest in peace, Obadia, Mr. Obadia, there. And of course, still from the regional news, agro-industrial hubs boasts farming in Kalangala. That is what I'm saying. And Koboko Fig Tree, which unites 3 countries. Wow, amazing. That is what we have here in the Daily Monitor. And now switching to the new vision. Of course, we take a look at prostate cancer as father-son cases are rising. Now the report says that 70% of patients seek help when it's too late. Yes, health is really a huge priority. Now here still, the United Nations gives 15 billion Ugandan shillings for urban areas, and government rejects proposal to vote opposition leader. This is what is coming in from Parliament, and Museveni roots for Kabajenyi. Yes, here. And the Archbishop of Canterbury resigns. And from Saudi Arabia, more Ugandans have been repatriated for that. Well, as we get into the further in the in-depth, the Mpox survivor shares her recovery experience. Of course, after she says that after examining my rash, the health worker said it was chicken pox, which I doubted, considering that they, of course, there were some kind of blisters that way. So there is a lot of what she's sharing. And of course, the United Nations gives 15 billion Ugandan shillings for urban areas. This is for climate change related initiatives. And now Uganda, we know that is among the 14 African countries that were allocated $5.68 billion in total by the GCF to pilot the building to pilot the building climate resilience within the urban poor initiatives. So there is a lot to also explore from that line. And now, of course, Nabakoba, the National Forest Authority clash over eviction of 9,000 residents. Of course, the minister is set to present the issue to the president for intervention. And now most residents have investments on the land in question. So there is a lot of questions that have to be addressed. Now, Kisoro misses key opportunities for growth. This is according to Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu. Chagulanyi with here Sultana campaigning ahead of tomorrow's by-elections. That is the president of the National Unity Platform. And of course, President Museveni urges Kisoro to reject politics for identity, for development. Yes, that is the idea of the president. Of course, if I'm to proceed along this line, still, Russia vows to defend Uganda. On what matters, of course, there is a lot. BRICS is, of course, this is in line with the BRICS. And also here, what is happening at the 2024 Pakasa Forum. Of course, the forum will showcase the success stories of business owners to inspire others. So, something that is worthy to see, to give a try. Now, the father-son prostate cancer cases rise. This is according to what the experts warn.
Smart 24, driving business.